General Hospital, a week of reckoning, July 21, 2025 ***, Jason haunted, Porsche trapped, and a wedding on the verge of collapse, * in Port Charles, the week of July 21, 2025, unfolds with the quiet roar of ghosts returning, secrets threatening to destroy lives, and vengeance simmering just beneath the surface. The city seems still, but the foundations are shaking. No one is safe from the unraveling consequences of choices made in desperation. From Jason Morgan's unraveling memories to Porsche Robinson's hidden burden, and the volatile wedding of Drew Kane and Willow Tate, each storyline this week on General Hospital promises to drag beloved characters into the storm. The past is no longer buried, it's clawing its way back with a vengeance. Jason Morgan stood at the edge of departure, but something tugged at his conscience, and his memory. Fresh off a violent mission that saw him eliminate Sasha and Daisy Gilmore in what authorities have framed as an unsanctioned operation, Jason found himself at a French airport staring at what he believed was a phantom. The resemblance was undeniable. A woman in the crowd, blurred by distance but chilling in presence, bore the unmistakable features of Britt Westbourne. Jason froze, haunted by what he saw. He knew Britt had died. He had grieved her. But something primal told him this wasn't just a hallucination born of guilt. This was something more. As his flight back to Port Charles loomed, so did a resurgence of emotion he had long buried, guilt, love, and a gnawing suspicion that the past might not be as dead as it seemed. Back home, Jason tries to suppress the vision, but Britt's face lingers like a ghost in every mirror, every silent moment. Was she alive? Had Liesl orchestrated one more miracle, one more deception? While Jason struggles with phantoms, Porsche Robinson is suffocating under very real threats. Her entanglement with Drew Kane has reached a boiling point. What began as a reluctant alliance has spiraled into blackmail. Drew, once seen as a war hero and trustworthy leader, now walks in shadows. He has something on Porsche, something damning enough that she feels cornered into falsifying medical records and influencing hospital investigations. She confesses her torment to Curtis Ashford, but even his moral compass wavers under the weight of what they might risk. Porsche sees no alternative. She must come clean. Not just to Curtis, but to the hospital board, to the authorities, to the entire city if need be. Only then can she hope to be free of Drew's manipulations. But will her truth be believed? Or will Drew, who has painted himself as a savior, turn the narrative against her? In the backdrop of these intimate crises looms the grand spectacle of Drew and Willow's wedding. What should be a union of love is quietly curdling into a theater of secrets and suspicions. Willow, beautiful in white, wears a smile that Liesl Orbrecht no longer trusts. The incident that sparked the shift was subtle but chilling. Willow's reaction to hearing that Sasha and Daisy had been mentally broken through a sustained gaslighting campaign. Instead of horror or sympathy, Willow smirked. It was fleeting. Most missed it. But Liesl saw. And Liesl never forgets. That moment confirmed her worst fear, something inside Willow had twisted. Whether by Drew's influence or her own inner corruption, the sweet-hearted nurse that Nina once fought to save might have never truly returned. Behind the scenes, Liesl has been preparing for confrontation. While Nina wavers, torn between maternal hope and doubt, Liesl sharpens her truths into weapons. And she chooses the most dramatic battlefield for her strike, the wedding. Rumors swirl that she intends to expose an unspeakable truth, not just that Drew betrayed Willow emotionally or strategically, but that he slept with Nina, Willow's own mother. A revelation like that would obliterate not only the wedding, but the fragile peace between Nina and her daughter. And if that truth is only the beginning, what other rot lies beneath Drew's carefully crafted facade? Just as the wedding begins to descend into tension, another explosive force emerges, Jen Sidwell. Though often overlooked in the corridors of criminal power, Sidwell has been biding his time. His goal has been singular: protect his son Marco Rios at all costs. Now that Marco is safe, Sidwell's mask of diplomacy crumbles, replaced by the scorched rage of a father wronged. His target, Sonny Corinthos. The two men have orbited each other's turf for years, but now the war turns personal. Sidwell no longer wants a truce. He wants retribution. The streets of Port Charles, already tense from lingering cartel whispers, brace for the outbreak of an all-out gang war. Sidwell's declaration is public, and it lands like a lightning strike across the community. Anyone associated with Sonny, from Carly and Dex to Ava and Michael, is instantly at risk. Marco, for his part, pleads for peace, but it's too late. His father's campaign has begun. And Sonny, whose empire was built on intimidation and pragmatism, now finds himself playing defense, something he's never been comfortable with. As these separate threads weave together, a larger picture begins to form. Jason's haunting vision of Britt might not be isolated. If Britt is alive, her return could disrupt more than just Jason's emotional state. She could hold secrets about Drew's rise to power, about Sasha's real fate, and even about the origins of Porsche's current blackmail. Liesel's mission to protect Nina and unmask Willow may force her to resurrect old sins. Sidwell's vengeance could destabilize everything, including the power structure that Jason, Drew, and Sonny have all built their lives upon. In the days that follow, Port Charles begins to show cracks. Willow's radiant wedding photos are marred by whispers. Porsche is summoned to testify before a disciplinary board. Jason begins making quiet inquiries into Britt's death, retracing the final days with a level of intensity that disturbs even Carly. Sidwell's enforcers begin appearing in neighborhoods long considered Sonny's domain, and Sonny himself finds his control slipping. Drew tries to keep Willow focused on the honeymoon, but she becomes increasingly paranoid, asking questions she used to ignore. Why did Sasha really have to die? Why did Jason act so fast? And most chilling of all, why does she feel like someone is watching her? By week's end, no answers have been confirmed, but the damage has begun. A wedding meant to symbolize healing now threatens to open old wounds. A doctor who swore to do no harm considers sacrificing everything to atone for the harm she did. And a hitman who has buried more emotions than corpses is suddenly thinking not about who he's killed, but about who might still be alive. The week of July 21st, 2025, isn't just about wedding vows and whispered threats. It's about reckoning. Port Charles is entering a new phase, one where love can't mask betrayal, and silence can no longer protect the guilty. Everyone has secrets. And now, the cost of keeping them is becoming too high. Stay tuned. The ghosts are restless, and the living are out of time.